Welcome to the Religious Book Summary Vault, where we open up the sacred texts for you. Let's start with today's book.
A Brief History of the Indian People's Book Summary by William Wilson Hunter. This book takes you through the story of India from ancient times up to the British rule in the 19th century. Hunter starts by describing the earliest peoples who lived in the Indus Valley, where some of the first cities like Harappa and Mohenjo-daro appeared. These cities had advanced drainage systems and strong walls, showing early urban life was quite developed. As time moves on, Hunter explains how different groups moved into India, including the Aryans, who brought new languages and religious ideas. The Vedas, ancient sacred texts, come into play here. They tell stories about gods and rituals that shaped early Hindu culture. The story continues with the rise of powerful kingdoms like Magadha and Maurya. Chandragupta Maurya unites much of northern India under one rule around 300 BCE. His grandson Ashoka spreads Buddhism after a brutal war, sending missionaries across Asia. Hunter then covers the period of invasions and empires that followed. The Greeks under Alexander briefly enter northwest India but don't stay long. Later, the Kushans control trade routes linking India to Central Asia. Then comes the Gupta Empire, often called a golden age for art and science. Moving forward, Hunter describes how Islam arrived in India through traders and later conquerors like Mahmud of Ghazni. This leads to centuries of Muslim rule in parts of India, including the Delhi Sultanate and eventually the Mughal Empire. The Mughals built famous monuments like the Taj Mahal under Shah Jahan's reign. The book also looks at regional kingdoms in southern India like Vijayanagara, which resist northern invasions for some time. Hunter points out how these kingdoms contributed their own culture and architecture. Finally, Hunter turns to European involvement starting with Portuguese traders in the late 15th century. The British East India Company arrives next and gradually takes control through battles and treaties. By the mid-19th century, British rule dominates most of India. Throughout this history, Hunter includes details about daily life, religion, art, and administration to give a full picture beyond just kings and wars. He shows how diverse peoples with different languages and beliefs came together over thousands of years. If you want to understand how India's rich past shaped its present, this book is a solid place to start. It's packed with stories about leaders who built empires and common people who kept traditions alive. Supporting authors by buying their books helps keep these stories available for everyone. If you've read this or have other history books you'd recommend, feel free to share your thoughts below.
Stay connected to our sacred journey. Like, subscribe, and let your spirit be fed.